we thrive kind of in the underdog role. And not saying that we're underdogs by any means, but if that's what people want to think, I think we're going to be just fine. And again, I'm excited to get on the field and just play.
All right, we're here with Bills quarterback Josh Allen, and Josh, we got a lot to get to, but first, let's get into why you're here today and what you're doing with Pepsi.
Yeah, it's the Make Your Gameday Epic campaign. It's a commercial that's going to set off at kickoff night for the NFL. So it's me, Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelce, Derrick Henry, and Meg the Stallion. She's also got a new song involved with this whole ordeal. It was 2 days of fun filming in Vancouver, dressed up in full Gladiator outfits. It's also an ode to Gladiator and the new movie coming out, obviously with Denzel Washington, which we got to see a little sneak peek. I'm very excited to watch. Gladiator 1 is one of my favorite movies of all time. So it was a little outside of my comfort zone, dressing in full Gladiator gear, but having the guys to joke around and have a good time with made a lot of fun on set. So I'm excited to see how people will react to it.
So were you dressed like Russell Crowe then, or?
Essentially, yeah. We were fighting CGI tigers and jumping over things, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, well, let's get to football. This is I'd say a little bit of a different camp for you, right? So obviously a lot of turnover in the roster over the course of the last few months. I guess what I want to start with is just kind of, a status check for you and your team. Where are you guys at versus where you were a month ago when you reported, based on the way everything's come together with all the new guys in new places?
Yeah, I think it's obviously we got quite a bit of turnover, like you said, very young team. Guys are just still trying to get their beaks wet. We've only got one receiver that's ever caught a pass from me in a real game. That's Khalil Shakur, who I'm also very excited about this year. So again, it's not a secret that it's a lot of different and moving parts, but I'm very excited with the guys that we got. We're playing really hard. We're practicing really hard. If you watch any of the preseason clips, guys on the sideline excited for each other. And again, it's just a different type of year where, I have to evolve as a quarterback. I have to evolve as a leader for this team, which I'm very excited and looking forward to doing. So yeah, it's we're gonna have to make some adjustments as we go along and figure some things out. But again, I'm very prepared and very excited to do it.
I mean, I guess I would want to dive in on the leadership part of it, which is a little bit different for you, right? Because you had some veterans in the team when you first got there, and now with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer and Tre'Davious White and Stephon Diggs and Mitch Morris all gone. What has that meant for you, just as far as I know you're already a leader, you're the quarterback, but like how has that sort of changed how you've had to serve your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just adds a little bit more to my plate, but again, I'm all for it, whether it's conducting myself a certain way in the building, getting there a little earlier, or staying there a little later, talking with certain guys, and again, learning certain guys. I think the number one thing about a leader, you have to know yourself first and being as authentic as possible. And I feel like that's who I am. I'm very much the same way each and every day. I like to have fun, like to joke around, but I also have to find a way to know when it's time to lock in and be serious, but getting to learn my teammates and understanding what certain teammates need. Sometimes a guy needs me to go up and make a joke. Sometimes a guy needs me to sit down and just talk to him and have a serious conversation. Sometimes a guy needs a kick in the ass. So that's what I've been doing this offseason, and just making sure that I'm getting with guys and understanding how they tick and just trying to find a way to get everybody on the same page and motivated to help win this team football games.
Like obviously the on the field part's a huge piece of this too. And you mentioned how you've only got, I think you said one receiver who's ever caught a ball from you in a game. Are there creative things that you've been able to do to kind of maybe accelerate the process of building the sort of rapport that you've had with guys like Steph in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to one, reps in practice and making sure that we're staying after and just getting as many throws and catches that we can. I think that repetition helps build that chemistry. Two, it's off the field, making sure that I'm sitting down and eating with these guys and joking around and golfing, you name it, outside the facility, making sure that I'm being around them. I think I'm a big believer in, off the field, trust pays dividends on the field. So we've done a good job of that. We met in the off season in Nashville and got to spend some good quality time with each other. And again, just finding how people tick and trying to roll with that. let them see who I am as a person. Um, and we've got a very motivated room right now. I think a lot of guys that throughout their career have either been overlooked or not appreciated, and guys that want to go out there and make a name and prove that they belong. So guys are working hard. We're playing for each other. A lot of love in that room right now.
Is there anything you're excited about? Like maybe it's something different with each guy, but like about having Keon and Curtis join the mix and Khalil coming back. Like, is there something like when you look at the group and, I'm not asking you to compare them to the last 6 years, but are there little things that maybe you're excited about? Like, this is a little different than what we've had before.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've got some big, tall guys that can go jump for a ball now, and it's been adjustment for me. I got Keon and Mac that I've got to learn how to layer certain balls a different way, which has been fun. It's been challenging, but it's been fun, and just understanding that he may not look open. They may not look open, but they are if you put it in the right spot. With Curtis having a gadget guy that we can bring into the backfield and run routes and do different things with, and then MVS having some real long speed. So yeah, I'm very excited with the skill set that we have. And then again, we're not going to forget Dalton and Dawson there at tight end position, which is going to be a very integral part for our offense this year. And what I do think we have is versatility in terms of not really sure what defenses are going to key on in our offense. Are they going to key on the run game? Are they going to pick certain guys in the receiving room to try to lock up, if you will? But we've got a lot of guys that can do different things. So starting each progression with a different guy, I think it's going to be very beneficial for us.
Obviously, you've won the division 4 years in a row. Um, for you personally, and all you've accomplished over your last 6 years, like what's the next step for you as a quarterback? Is there an area where you feel like maybe I'm markedly better than, when the season ended in January?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be finding completions. I think we spent a lot of time this offseason diving down into concepts that I like, don't like, have success in, don't have success in, and ultimately trying to build a system where I know where my answers are and I don't have to utilize my legs as much. And I'm not saying that I don't want to utilize my legs. I think it's a very helpful part, but I think the best play for us, is the scramble drill and is utilizing my legs to then throw the ball, not so much running the ball to run. So yeah, I think finding my answers, processing things a little bit quicker, and I'm very excited to get out there and do it.
Yeah, where is that balance at this point in your career? Because like obviously you want to have a long career and playing in the NFL, you do want to limit the damage on your body, but you have the ability obviously to make plays with your legs. Like where is that balance for you now, 7 years into your career of just because I can doesn't mean I should all the time, I guess, right?
For sure. And I
Yeah.
think, like you said, year seven and knock on wood, I've been available the last few years. Haven't taken too many reckless hits. I've slid a couple times, so that's getting better. But somewhere in the middle where I don't want to take away the legs because I think I until I can't use them, I want to use them. I think it's very big for our offense and allows us again to not take sacks, to extend plays, and utilize the scramble drill. But at the same time, understand that it just takes one. It takes one bad hit. It takes one bad whatever to hurt your chances of winning a football game. And I want to get the guys that can catch it and run a little bit faster and a little more elusive than I. And that's what I plan on doing this season. But at the same time, if it's there, I'll take it.
All right, last two things then. Number one, how do you think defenses are going to approach you guys different with Stefon Diggs out of the mix?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess it'll be fun to see. I think the trend of the last few years in the NFL has been a lot of split safety quarters and making teams really have those long 15 play sustained drives. And I don't know. I guess we'll find out come game one against the Arizona Cardinals, and we're going to be prepared. I can tell you that.
And then, like, how is this team different? I mean, again, not saying anything's better or worse, but it does seem like it's been a little bit of a quieter camp for you guys this year. 2 years ago, obviously, there was all the hype coming out of the Kansas City game, and it seems like, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, does it feel like you guys are a little more under the radar than you've been in the past, and maybe that's a good feeling?
I mean, in terms of like media presence and stuff like that, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that we are, and I think especially Coach McDermott and myself, we thrive kind of in the underdog role. And not saying that we're underdogs by any means, but if that's what people want to think, I think we're going to be just fine. And again, I'm excited to get on the field and just play.
All right, that's Josh Allen. He's here for Pepsi. Always appreciate the time, Josh.
Thank you, Albert. Have a good one.